and watched how arrows had been hurled from all directions at the Prophet, PBUH. None of them, however, hit him. Abdullah ibn Shihab al-Zuhri said, "Guide me to Muhammad, PBUH. By Allah, if I didn't kill him, I would not hope to live." Although the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, was next to him, alone, but he did not observe him. Safwan, a co-polytheist of his, blamed him for not translating his words into deeds, but Abdullah swore that he did not see him, the Prophet, PBUH, and added that he might be immune to our attempts on his life. He also said that 4 of them pledged to make a fresh attempt and kill him, but also to no avail. Zad Ahmad 297. The Muslims showed unprecedented rare heroism and marvelous sacrifices. Abu Talha, for instance, shielded the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, by his body and used his chest to protect him against the enemy arrows. Anas related that on Uhud day when people dispersed off the Prophet, PBUH, Abu Talha was a skillful sort of archer who would pull arrows so much that he broke 2 or 3 bows that day. When a man passed along with a quiver full of arrows, the Prophet, PBUH, would say, "Spread the arrows," to Abu Talha. Then when the Prophet, PBUH, watched people shooting, Abu Talha would say, "I sacrifice my father and mother for your safety. Do not go too close lest an arrow of theirs should hit you. I would rather die than see you hurt." Sahih al-Bukhari 2581. Abu Dujana stood before the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, and used to protect him from the arrows by his back. Hatib bin Baltah followed. Utbah bin Abi Wakrikaz, who broke the honorable incisor of the Prophet, PBUH, struck him with the sword, cracked his head, and took his mare and sword. Sid bin Abi Wakrikaz was so keen to kill his brother Utbah, but he could not, however, Hatib could. Saul bin Hanif, a hero archer, who had pledged to die in the cause of Allah, also played a prominent part in Uhud hostilities. The Messenger of Allah, PBUH, himself was involved in shooting arrows. In a version by Qatada bin Nu'man that the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, shot so many arrows that the 2 ends of his bow were flattened. So Qatada bin Nu'man took it to remain with him for good. On that day his eye was so hurt that it fell down onto his cheek, but the Messenger of Allah, PBUH, reputed in its socket with his hand, and it became the better and the more sharp-sighted of the 2. On that day Abdurrahman bin Auf kept on fighting till his mouth was hurt and got broken. He sustained over 20 wounds, some in his leg, and that lamed him. Malik bin Shinan, the father of Abi Sa'id al-Khudri, sucked the blood out of the Prophet, PBUH's cheek till he cleaned it. The Prophet, PBUH, said, "Spit it." But Malik said, "By Allah, I will never spit it." Then he set out to fight. The Prophet, PBUH, then said, "He who wants to see a man of the people of paradise, let him look at this one."